Well, good morning, folks. It is 8 o'clock in the morning on September 1st, 2023. And I've got the rented excavator coming. And I've been cutting, you've seen on a previous video, where I've been cutting some of the smaller stuff and it's just full of little small stuff. So I've been cutting that so I can expedite getting all of this cleared up. And so it's going to be here in probably an hour or so, and I'm going to be clearing all of this, taking all those trees down, and logging size. I'm going to have a pile for that, and everything else on that side over there will go off into the ditch. It just drops off a big, so I'm going to be cleaning all of this up. And I'm going to be doing that this Labor Day weekend. So I just wanted to get you a picture of what it kind of looks like right now, before and after. That pile right there is where I actually cleaned off this road. It just goes around this, this side right here, makes a circle, and comes all the way back out to the blacktop right there. I did not know that, because as long as I've been, looking after this property, I never stayed on this side of the road much. But I decided I would clean this up for a future vegetable garden, and we'll see how that goes. Well, that's a pretty good sized tree right there, but it'll come down just like the rest of them. Okay, so the sun is in the east, so the idea is to clean everything from the east. That's kind of southward, and this was west over close to the road, so that when the sun comes around this way and comes up, there'll be sunlight on the vegetable garden. So anyway, that's the plan. And got my work cut out for me. I'm liking my new toy. I like just jumping in it and coming over here and, just fooling around. I guess I ought to be advertising that, huh? They ought to pay me to advertise that. Well, there was a tree right here that was on the power line right there. And it was that one right there, and it grew up into the tree. And I tied it to the base of a tree right here and threw a rope around it. Used to come along, got up there, cut me a wedge out of it, and I ratcheted it down off the power line. Those trees right there, I think I'm gonna have to cut those, but I'm gonna have to cut those with the cherry picker because I don't want them falling into the line. So I'll get up there and rope them off, ratchet it, and cut them so they'll fall back this way. But that's later on, after I get all of this cleaned up. I have a tree at my house that the lightning hit last year, and it finally just died this year, so I'm gonna have to get it down. So I'm gonna get the cherry picker, rent a cherry picker from the same guys I'm getting the excavator from, to get that tree down. Anyway, oh yeah, down here, I don't know if I showed you that, but lightning, we got the big storm through here about 3 weeks ago, and lightning hit the top of the big oak right there and came down and hit a hickory, and it's down there. I've been cutting the top out of it and I'm gonna have to cut that tree, that tree, that tree, and that tree. They're about 3 inches around, and I'm gonna cut them in logs, lay them on a strap, and put them on the excavator and pull them up the hill. Probably, if I got time, I've got the hours on the machine, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get all of that out of there, because that's some good firewood, and I just don't want it to sit there and rot for no reason. And I'll find somebody to give it to. But also over there on that side of the road, lightning hit a big oak tree over there likewise, and it came down and took out a big hickory. So I've got a big pile right here. You can see it's kind of dark right in there. Well, that's where that big oak is, in hickory. And I'm gonna be cutting that up, but I'll do that later as it gets a little cooler. Anyway, waiting on the man. I'll catch up with you when I get something started here. Well, it's 1:30, and for the last 2 hours I've been working on this excavator. Track came off. I called the rental place. Well, we don't have anybody. It's holiday weekend, and I'm booked out for the weekend, so I can't come and fix it. You can go hire somebody, call somebody to come out there and put it on. So I said, well, I got 3 days to get it back on there. And so I took the unloosened the grease fitting, put a winch come along on, tried to slide the idler back. It didn't want to come back, so I don't know if I hadn't got it untightened enough or not. But anyway, so I got it, I pulled it back as far as it would go, undid it. Now I pulled the track back, and I'm fixing to let that go and see if I can prise it up over here, over that sprocket. I don't know. It's a work in progress, but it is what it is, and I'll figure it out somehow, one way or the other. So let you know. Well, it's almost 1:45. I've been for the last 15 minutes. I got the, looks like I almost got the, need to pull just a little more. I need to get that back up. I got the, almost got the track on the back sprocket, which is, I think, the hardest part. And what I did was, after I took the idler and tried to pull it back, I hooked onto that tree back there with my come along, and I stretched it back, and then I got over top of it, and I went down to that tree and pulled the top of it over the sprocket, and then I put it on the bottom and pulled the sprocket there as well. But it looks like I need to get that up just a little more and pull it just a little more, and then I'll start working on the front, trying to get it over the track, and then I'll grease it and extend it back out and be tight again. I'll be back on my way, hopefully within an hour or so. We'll see. All right, here it goes. All right. It is 3:45. So it took me about 4 hours to get that track back on that excavator, with just nothing but just a come along and a bunch of snapping. But I stretched it out there and locked it in, so I think it's pretty tight. Maybe we won't lose it again. That's the second time this side of this track's come off since I rented this thing. I think there's something wrong with it myself, but you'll never get the renter to believe it. Okay, so I'm gonna get on and get my stuff put back up and get to moving. I still got a little bit of daylight, so I'm gonna get to it.